Big up Bashy. So Bashy has had a little break, and is it 15 years? Yeah. So after 15 years, he's back on home territory. He's got a new album, and just to say, his journey started from him driving buses in Harlesden to then being celebrated in Beverly Hills. So this goes to show, like, you can have a dream and just like work hard and persevere. Bashy's somebody who's from, like, from the ends, didn't have much, grew up a bit tough, and he's ended up being an award-winning actor and rapper. And his government name is Ashley Thomas, but as we know him as, or as we know him as Bashy. He's just made a new album. I don't know what it's called actually. Do you know what it's called? That's it. Being poor is expensive. And so he came to, I think, attention more when at the age of 21 when he released the song Black Boys, which was celebrating boys that looked like himself and black boys that were often looked down on. This new album follows him into his adulthood, and it shows like memories of his childhood, him growing up, and certain struggles that he would have faced. He actually just had a concert in Shepherd's Bush, which was really good. It was sold out. And so look out for our guy. He's back, and apparently he was away for 15 years acting. So I hadn't seen him for a while, and I didn't forget about him, but I kind of forgot about him still. But then once I saw the name, I was like, oh yeah. So I thought he had just stopped doing music, but apparently he was away doing other things. So yeah, big up to Bashy. And well done. Okay. We're gonna go into this guy. I mean, sorry. This is like an old story. So this is a teenager who goes by the name of Liam Bennett. And basically, he was jailed for 2 years. I want to say in like 18 years ago. So basically, he was age 17, and he had burnt down. An abandoned building. They're saying that nobody was hurt, but there was like £3,000 worth of money damages done. He was sentenced to 2 years, and they want to say that like when he was the charge that he was given when he was age 17 has actually been abolished. So it's indefinite. It's an indefinite jail term. So he's been basically left there to collect dust. He's now 36, and he's very frustrated, as you can imagine. He's turned to drugs in there. He's gone through. He's had some bad times in there. I think he went in 2006, and he's still there now. They've written to MPs, they've written to high courts. He actually apparently had a court case the other day where they said they don't understand why he's still there and that he shouldn't still be there, but yet they still haven't released him. And I just want to say as well that I think about a week ago, it came to my attention, they've released quite a few people from jail because the jails are now overcrowded. So I don't know why he hasn't been released. Because I don't know why he hasn't been released because he's done his time. They've forgotten about him. How can you do 18 years, from being given a 2-year sentence and you're still there? So yeah, the thing is, he's still there. But like I said, somebody looked into the case and they are saying that they're hoping that he will be released because they've released 2,600 prisoners, and some of them are murderers, and do you know what I mean? There's some dangerous people that they've released. So somebody like this who done like a crime, I'm gonna say, wasn't minimal, but like it was a long time ago when he was a child. I feel like they should have released him long time ago. I just hope as well that he gets released because I don't know what I'd do if that was me. I don't know. You'd probably go in there saying, I've got 2 years, 24 months, so get me, I'll fly through this. 18 years later, he went in as a little boy, but he's going to come as a big man. Yeah. And he's missed out on a lot of life. You missed out on the rest of your teens, your 20s and your 30s, and you're still there. So, and I'm really shocked about that still, that he's still in there. But I believe he'll be released soon because they're releasing people right now as we speak, which doesn't make sense to me because if they're overcrowded, so they're releasing people to make space, as you're releasing people, you're then putting more people in there who's committed crimes. I don't understand. I feel like you need to build some more jails, actually. That's what you need to do because you're just letting criminals roam the streets because you ain't got enough space for them. Doesn't really make sense. It's not really the best plan, is it? Okay. So hopefully Liam will follow his case and I'll be checking to see when he's released, to see if he does 40 years or whatever. Sorry. Okay. Now we're going to talk about a mother who put her child in the oven. So they're saying it was a normal day. The kids were outside playing. Later on, the family went inside. The 8-year-old daughter is saying that she witnessed her mum turn the oven on, pick up the daughter, which was 2 or 3 at the time, turn it on and put her in there, and then just went about her business. She said she was a little bit confused, but she was young, so she didn't act on it. The dad came in later, and the daughter was screaming in the oven. He's gone, opened the oven, seen her that she'd badly burnt, and taken her to hospital. Apparently, the mother suffered with mental health issues. She wasn't taking her tablets, so she was having an episode and wasn't in the right frame of mind. And she went on to be charged. She's had to have 38 procedures in the 25 years. She doesn't speak to her mum. Now her and her eldest sister don't speak because she feels like the mum shouldn't have done that to her. The eldest sister saying that the mum needed help, and she's now getting the help, and she's also rehabilitated, and she thinks that the little sister should forgive her. I think it's probably easier for the older sister because it didn't happen to you, but for the younger sister, it happened to you. You're scarred, the memories, and the fact that someone is meant to love you and look after you could do that to you. I understand. Because the youngest daughter doesn't want to speak to the mum. She wants nothing more to do with her. I think the mum is due to be out soon, and the daughter is saying she wants nothing to do with her. What do you guys think? If that was you in that situation, do you think you'd be able to forgive your mum? It's a hard one, isn't it? I mean, but knowing that she wasn't in the right frame of mind, she wasn't well, she was on medication but wasn't taking it, which means she wasn't in the right frame of mind when she'd done it. Do you think you could forgive her then? It being, I mean, there's an excuse there, isn't it? I mean, I feel like a feasible excuse. He wasn't taking your medication.
I've gone through a similar situation, very similar. I wasn't putting it up.
Yeah. I feel like if it was my mum, you know, like the mum thing, but if it wasn't for you, wasn't not taking your medication, I wouldn't be able to forgive it if you were just having a bad day. But I feel like if it's that situation where you didn't take your meds, I would understand that you wasn't in the right frame of mind. Can I have my kids around you in the future? I don't know about this because I might have my kids over at your house and you might not take your meds and put my child in the oven, you know?
I feel like it's hard because it's your skin and you're constantly reminded of that, and that's your biggest organ. If it was your eye, it's still bad, but it's your skin.
Yeah.
Like, and it's when people meet you, you're going to see the reactions on people's face. Yep, they might not say it, but you can see it.
You can never kind of forget it. It's always going to be like...
Yeah. So.
Yeah, she's really scarred, and she said she had 38 procedures over the 25 years, and she looked quite bad, to be honest, you know what I mean? So even the skin grafts ain't really grafting, you know what I mean? So I get it, though, but your mum wasn't well, so I feel like... Because I can be kind of, if you do something to me, I can't really forgive, but something like that, I feel like the medication I could forgive but I don't know if I'd be able to trust you again because I don't know when you're not taking your meds, so, you know.
Not even just that, like the whole, like the PTSD, the mental side of what that girl has to go through.
Yeah, it's not over for her.
Even if she forgives her, like you said, it's a constant reminder. Sometimes in certain situations, it's better off just going away and having your peace and starting your life fresh. If you know what I mean? Not to say that, oh, you must hate that person, but, you know,
it's a shame now because now her and her sister don't talk. There's only 2 of them. And now because of this, the older sister's gone towards the mum. And obviously the sister that's been burnt is saying she wants nothing to do with her. So now the older sister's not talking to the younger one, saying you should forgive mum. She's been rehabilitated and she didn't mean it. And the younger sister's like, nah. Like, you know, so it's a breakdown in the family now.
I feel like because of the label, yeah, people feel like you should always forgive that person, but it's not that easy. And because I believe the sister didn't experience that herself, it's easier to say that.
This is it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, you can be kind of biased, innit? You didn't go through that, so it's not you. Your skin's not.
And you never know. She could be scared of ovens. Even like hearing the sound of an oven flicker.
Yeah, no, seriously.
It could do a lot to her. So.
But I'm thinking, why didn't you try to pick up the 8-year-old? Is it because you knew she was too big to go in there?
Yeah.
The small one was compact, you know what I mean? And
but, sorry to cut you, if you can forgive, then, but it's a lot.
I feel like as well, 8 years old, if I don't know, you might freeze when you see something like that. But I feel like at 8 years old, if I saw someone put my little sibling in the oven, I think I'm going to go and take them out. You know, like I'm not just going to stand, the oven's on, are you just going to stand there and watch this, like, you know what I mean?
100%.
You know it's wrong, so...
Like I said, at 8, I was reading Harry Potter.
So you've
got enough sense. So that sister, actually having a problem with her younger sister for not
Maybe.
forgiving her mum. She herself, I'm shouting.
Maybe she didn't like her. Maybe she was the favorite in it. So maybe it was a little bit of a vendetta.
She's got issues. What I want to say, I can't say on radio, so we'll leave it there.
Okay.
That older sister.
It's a family program. Oh, Dodge, sorry. Dodge said, they're cutting the screen. Can I? No. It says question. If she wasn't taking her medication, and I'll guess the rest.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
And she was suffering from mental health issues, where was the support services? I get that, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like you've had your support. For you to have medication, you've probably had your meetings and had your, you know, where they've given you medication and they've told you how to take it. I suppose you've got to take this thing on a dailies or whenever they've told you to, for you not to have these meltdowns.
Okay, I was going to say the support, that's a good question. But the support technically is the dad, because the fact that he came home, they obviously live together. So are you making sure that your wife or your partner is taking her medication before you leave her alone with your vulnerable children?
I was going to say that as well, because didn't someone see her maybe behaving, like she might have been displaying funny behaviour or doing things out of character before she actually done that. So like there might have been signs, innit? For real, was anybody like paying attention to her or, yeah.
I know you don't know, but where's the husband now?
I know, yeah, do you know what, for real? For real. It mentioned about the daughter, it mentioned about the second daughter, and the husband, I don't know. I don't even know if he left her, because it looks like she'd done quite a bit of time for that. So it looks like she wasn't spared. They didn't feel sorry for her. Although she didn't take her meds, you still put the child in the oven, and I thought she would have got away with that. Not like that, because you wasn't in the right frame of mind. So... But that's, like I said, the daughter as well at 8 years old, not to take the sister out of the oven. And you know chicken goes in there or food goes in there, and she ain't a chip. She's not a chicken, you know what I mean?
Exactly. So,
she's probably there saying, I wonder if I leave her to burn, what will happen? Do you know what I mean? Like experimental time.
Yeah.
Sorry, that 8-year-old girl, in my head, thinking of myself as an 8-year-old girl, she's guilty also. She should have also...
Yeah, like I'm thinking, I remember me and my sister growing up, you know, like the younger one is always irritating. So I was the younger one. She probably left me in there as well. But in that situation, I would have said, oh, she knew what she was doing. She saw mum do it and thought, let her burn, man. Because I know we had sense at 8 years old. We know, 100%. Like, you know. So I feel like, yeah, there might have been some home issues going on there as well. 100%. Some favoritism.
Yeah, 8, you're not. 8, you're fully aware. You know what's going on.
And these kids these days, they know a lot more than, you know what I mean? They're quite advanced.
Make me paint the picture. Screaming. You're going to hear your sister screaming.
And even the mum, when you heard the scream, didn't that trigger you? Like, you know, that might have triggered you for you to think, oh God, I've done the wrong thing here.
Yeah, exactly. No, I can't forgive that.
If the dad didn't take her out of the oven, she could have predominantly died in there. It would have just been, you get me? Yeah, because...
Yeah. It's a lot. Even surviving through that.
Yeah.
It's a lot, because... sensitive skin, and especially, I'm sorry to break it down, yeah, as a woman, like beauty is your currency. So,
and you know they can give you all the skin grafts. Your skin's not gonna go back to what it was, and you know what I mean. It's always gonna look a little bit disfigured or just not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How you was. You're always gonna look at pictures and be like, oh, you know, I used to look like this. And
yeah, and Instagram now.
Like when I think about it like that, actually, I don't know if I could be able to forgive him. Like, whilst I've forgiven you, every time I look in the mirror, I've got to see that and I've got to remember what happened. And also, people and questions. Like, people just like to stare. And I think, I don't know, you know, you get two different people. People are like, oh, don't stare, ask. Don't ask me, but don't stare either. I feel like I don't want to explain to everybody my story. I might not want to. I might be having a bad day. But I feel like maybe it would be better that someone asks rather than just staring at you. Do you know what I mean? Like you're a freak show type of thing.
Another point, when I was 8, I knew how to cook certain dishes. So you know what an oven is for.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Because I just keep thinking, the more we talk about it, the more it dawns on me that you're 8. There's, unfortunately, and it's sad to say, there are children getting married at 8.
Right,
because there's a level of understanding, you know, at 8 years old. You're not just you're not learning your ABCs.
No, exactly. You've passed,
you know what I mean? Yeah. I feel sick by the whole story.
Yeah, it's sick. Like when I read it, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Dodge said she had 2 babies and obviously there was safeguarding issues. I feel like she should have got more support then. I mean, I don't know, but then like you said, this is where the husband comes in, and this is where she needs, you know, all the support, and they can see things, man. I feel like that could have maybe been prevented. She's at this point, it's like she shouldn't have been alone with them children, because you don't seem to be making right decisions or be in the right frame of mind.
Also, it's easy to talk from the outside, so
It's
very easy to talk from the outside, so we don't know, but that's.
But my skin being like, I don't think any contouring is gonna fix that. Do you know what I mean? Your skin's gonna stay damaged.
Yeah, for a lifetime. Not
you know. And there's no point in saying sorry. My skin's burnt. You can't take away the burnt. You know what I mean?
It's not even just the skin. Think of when you put something in the oven. I feel sick even talking
that.
About this.
Yeah.
It's the insides of whatever. If you put chicken in the oven, it's not just the skin that gets cooked.
Is it. No, it's true.
You know
the damage, so that you can't see.
You don't know what other damage. That sister is out of order.
No, exactly.
Does not have any amount of compassion.
Because she could have maybe but she might have been scared. I was thinking as well, was she scared? You know that some kids they might have just known it. Do not go and open that door. They would have maybe got beats or.
Also, think about it, like holiday. She might not be able to go certain places on holiday. Think about it, you can't be in the sun for too long. So her life is like, or imagine being on the beach, but you have to be covered. It's a lot she's going through. Like you make me.
No, it's true.
Like,
thinking
break
deep.
it down.
I'm really trying to put myself in her shoes. And then at first I said I'd feel sorry for my mum and I'd forgive because I know that she didn't take her medication. And I would be able to forgive. But the part of me, the damage of my skin and the psychological things I've gone through, that I don't think I'm ever going to heal from that. And so I'm going to forgive you, but I'm always going to be struggling with that, you know, kind of thing. Yeah. So I feel like maybe I'd have to just move away. I don't want to see you. Don't want to interact. I don't know telling me, oh, mum's sorry. Mum, you get me? No. I feel I just have to shut off. And just go somewhere. And also, you can't look after my kids or have them there because you might not take your medication and who knows what you're going to do. So now I'm not trusting you, do you know what I mean? So a lot of issues
also,
there.
hope the mum, even when she's in prison, I hope she got the support that she needed. Because, and this is also, don't be scared to ask for help, man.
This is it. No, exactly.
I don't want to speak on it, but a lot of women go through this and especially if someone's there, don't be scared to ask for help and check up on your friends. That's one thing. Check up on your friends, your family. Support is needed. Everywhere.
And I hear what you're saying about ask for help. But can you imagine, like, say if someone's going through something, they might not even realize it's that bad until it starts to reach. So you know, like when it's just starting, they maybe can see themselves doing things a certain way, but they can't stop type of thing. It just builds up, and then so it's sometimes easier to say then. Do you know what I mean? But sometimes it is that they can see they need help with things and they don't want to ask because. People like they're embarrassed or we're scared about what people are going to think, and do you know what I mean? You know, people are not nice and not very understanding. Do you know what I mean? But that is terrible.
Yeah, so I just feel like in life you just need that one person that you could always be vocal with, if that makes sense. Obviously, in this world it's hard, but you need someone that you can always be vocal with, just so they can say like just the harsh truth to you, or even somebody else like, okay, I feel like this person's going through this. Could you check up on her? Or even if you said to the daughter. The father said to the daughter, like, I feel like your mum's going through something. If anything happens, call me.
Yeah. But I've even got certain cousins and they suffer with mental health issues. And I realised that no one doesn't really make sure they take their medication. Like you just say to them, literally, you know, take that Monday to Friday. How do you know if they're taking it though? Because if they don't take it, it's a problem. But if they take it, it's fine. But they know when you get to an age and you're an adult, it's like you're in supported living, but I don't know, it's really weird. They're not making sure that you're taking this medicine. So what's the point kind of thing? You could almost have your own house anywhere. I think some people need their medication as they're not functioning right. And I feel like they should watch them take it. Not force you to take it, but you need to take it. Because if you can't, then you can't really function in society. Do you know what I mean?
With my situation that I was working out, that I was talking about, that person had to be, they weren't taking their medication, so they had to have monthly injections.
Right.
By law.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, it's not nice, but at the end of the day, you're protecting other people and you're protecting that person.
Of course,
when someone's going through mental health, you don't know whatever's going on in their head.
And
you don't know if it's going to make them hurt themselves or someone else badly. So sometimes by force is necessary. So, yeah. And that person's okay now.
See, yeah.
Because of it. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
I don't even know, I know it sounds a bit weird, but I don't know if someone's on medication and stuff, and I don't know, I don't even know if I'd be able to sleep at that person's house because I don't know, you know, some people don't, I don't know, they think mad things and you just don't even know, do you know what I mean? You just don't know, like, I'm not able, like, they might have a drink and then they've mixed the drink with the medication and then now the voice in their head told them to go and do anything. I can't.
I feel like it's for every party involved, it's difficult because imagine being a husband and you see your wife, we don't know how strong the medication is, but just seeing your wife is taking medication and they're not there. Because we don't know what she suffered from. Yeah, we know that she had mental health issues, but we don't know what exactly from. We don't know what triggered it. So for the daughter, for the 8-year-old daughter, I don't know, she might have seen a shift in her mum and not really understand it, or that could just, she's always seen her mum like that. It's weird, like.
Yeah. So. And the older one doesn't even seem traumatized. I mean, you should feel traumatized seeing the daughter being put in the oven and then hearing the scream. You seem fine.
Yeah.
It didn't happen to you. You know what I mean? Yeah. You seem fine. And she doesn't seem to be empathetic towards the younger sister either. It was just like, you know, mum, you know, she done the wrong thing. She was on her medication. She's doing good now. You need to forgive her, type of thing. And she's like, no. And I'm just like, no, you haven't really got a heart. You're not really feeling her. You get me? Like if it was you.
It's hard. It's hard. It's very hard. Yeah, it's very hard. I don't think you can.
And I don't think the judge wasn't playing with her either, because you know that sometimes if they see that something like she wasn't taking her meds, there's a reason why you behaved like that. If you was on your med, you probably wouldn't have done that. So I thought she would have got like a little tap or something, and I don't know, I don't know actually, but just not like years inside, because it's something that it wasn't her fault. Because
wait, did she go to? Sorry to cut. Did she go to prison, or did she get what do you call it, like mental home?
She went to prison. They were saying that she's been
because mental home will make more sense.
They have in prisons, well, most
secure
prisons,
unit.
They have a part that's, so your regular criminals that know what they're doing, and then they have a part for criminals who are not mentally okay, like the criminally insane. I think that's what they call them. So they have that section. So maybe she was in that part.
And when they were reporting it, like she was still there behind the bars. Do you know what I mean? Like they hadn't finished with her yet. But she looked a bit heartless as well. I don't know, like really. I don't know how I feel about that. But
also they don't. Well, like you said, we don't know what mental condition she was dealing with. So maybe, say for example, like I said to you before, when I was having a little hallucinations, when I was sleep deprived, when I had my daughter, I was having hallucinations. But if I did something like that to her, that's got nothing to do with what I was going through. So I can try. But
you could have hallucinated and put her in the oven and thought it was a chicken you was putting in for a second.
I never hallucinated. I just like, for instance, say it happened now, I might hallucinate and think she's on this desk.
Right, yeah.
But I'm not hallucinated and she's turned into something else. That's never the issue. So if I did that, then that's part of your own wickedness as well. Because some people can be wicked and also have a mental condition.
Of course, yeah.
So we have to be careful not to think that just because you've got a mental condition, that
it's true,
every wicked nature inside of you is just because of that.
It's because of that, it's true.
Some of it is actually you.
No, it's true.
Do you know what I mean?
It's true, because when I worked in a special needs school, when I first started there, I was like trying to push their wheelchairs and stuff, and the boy, I can't even sit on here, and he was like, get off the chair, and then I realised, like, you can't do much in it. So the little independence that you have got, you want to roll your own wheelchair, do you know what I mean? And who am I just to come and start pushing it, you get me? So I was like, sorry about that. But I realised they've got a great understanding. So I kind of went in there like, tiptoe. And then I realised they're fresh. They've got mouths on them. They've got brains that tick over and work fine. And so after a while, they was like taking me for an idiot. And I realised I'm coming here too soft. Because they're in wheelchairs and stuff and one arm and all that, I thought, but they've got brains. They will run rings around you. Do you know what I mean? Their brain is ticking over just like yours and mine. So then I realised to be a bit more, and that got the results, because they want to be treated normal. Do you know what I mean? Normality. Do you know what I mean? It was, So I learned that kind of thing. So yeah, you're right. Like they got up. You look at them and you don't think they understand, but they do. Some of them are really intelligent, and they play on that as well. Oh, but I'm not well. Oh, but I've got this, so I take that kind of thing.
But I had quite a bit of mental health in my family. So
me too.
I had a different situation, but I was much younger. Me and my younger brothers, and it was a family member. She basically stripped and held a knife to us. She was going to stab us, but she loves us to pieces.
Of course, yeah.
2 pieces. That was her. And she's had really, really bad mental health.
Right.
So that's literally what that was. And it wasn't because, you're wicked. So, but it was just literally just the mental health telling her to do all sorts of crazy things. So, but yeah, in that regard, maybe they analysed her and they know her history, and they was like, okay, this woman has other issues other than mental health. Yeah. So prison, it is.
Yeah, she went down, boy. Well, you committed a crime, do you know what I mean? So fair is fair, yeah.
Serious one.
And then I think if you are really like mentally ill, then they put you in the you know, the secure places where you're just walking around like a zombie. They just sedate you with drugs, and then it's not a nice life to live. Do you know what I mean? And you're just there, kind of thing, with them just giving you drugs, and then that's it. Yeah. So
I've been to one of those places. Like,
have you?
Yeah, I've been in section before, so I've seen it. But at the same time, it's like you meet some intelligent people there. But then also you see people on drugs and you can see that nobody's home.
Yeah.
And it's a scary thing to witness because you'll have conversation and they're replying to you, but really, like when you look into the eyes, you can see it, and it's
they're there, but they're not there. Their soul has left. Yeah, it's just them.
It's scary. So, but
I would hate to be because you know sometimes when you got some people bring themselves there, or you're I'd hate to be section because I just feel like you might get to a point where you're thinking, no, I'm fine. And they're not. They're thinking you're not fine. You're like, no, I'm fine. No, I'm really okay. I want to go now. And then you got all these people around you doing madness, and then you're here in a place where you feel like you don't belong. And I've seen, you know, there's true stories of people that have been held in them places. There was nothing wrong with them, and you just there pumping them up with drugs, and then and they're trapped there.
The one that I went to was it was a low level, so some people could
run away.
No, put themselves in there. So some people actually said, I want to be here, and they let them in. Me and my other case, my friend brought me in, so I couldn't leave. I had to stay there until they said I was okay to leave in it. But being in there, I clocked, it's a game. It was like, oh.
You've got not to play the game,
like,
man.
Oh, come in every day, socialize, say hello to everybody. They just want to see that you can, what's the word, socialize and be part of like humanity.
Right, yeah.
But and I was talking to everyone in there. There was one person, had nothing wrong with him. He just wanted to see how the system worked. I was like, whoa. And then other people was like, oh, is this only your first time? Oh, I've been here many times. So it's like, it kind of felt like a youth club. Like, it was
like
weird,
a link up.
Yeah, it felt like a link up. So it was,
everyone knows everyone type of thing. Oh, you say my man? Like, no.
So.
I wouldn't expect the security unit to be like that, you know. Everyone's meant to be depressed and down and everything, you know, like people in there seem like they're having bats and everything, man. Like
some people I know it sounds bad. Some people, it's a nice living. They get fed. They have a bed to sleep at. They have a shower. Some people that they're saying some people they think that they're putting it on because you know once you're in that system you can claim.
Yeah.
So it's deep. Well, I feel like we're going off topic, but
no, it's fine. Look, I remember hearing when when a couple of like people on drugs and stuff like that it was like a documentary or something, and they were saying that when it comes to like cold times, they commit a crime to go inside. So they're in the warmth and I thought the food is meant to be of poor quality, and they say it's sloppy and everything, and they say that, you know, prison conditions are not nice. Yeah. But these people actually commit crime because they're homeless and they just want to know that for a few weeks or whatever they're going to be in the warmth and get food. And I thought, that's no life. Like, that's really not life. If that's what we're doing just to like make sure we've got a roof over our head. You couldn't go to your mum's. It's deep. When you haven't got nothing, I suppose you kind anything, that's better use what resources you can find. You know what I mean? But I thought,
and especially prisons over here are not that bad. Does that make sense?
Not. No, it is.
They have cells with TVs in it. Sometimes Xbox. Okay, you might have to pay for it and work for it, but this sounds so mad. It might be easier to get a job in prison than out of prison.
No, look at it. It's true. I'm making a good, washing dishes or whatever. Washing dishes, laundry room.
Gym is free. Education is free. Whoa. Yeah.
Enough people come out with skills. I like that though. When people have skilled up and taken a tool under their belt. You know what I mean? And then they can. And housing. But once upon a time, when you left, they used to like set you up and give you like housing or. And I don't think they do that so much now. If you don't ask, you don't get. You know what I mean? But
they put you in a halfway house,
which is filled up with people who are not very nice to live around.
Maybe it's. Do you know what? I've been to one and I was like, this is actually nice. So
maybe it's upgraded over the years.
Basically, shared accommodation. It's like one big house with 4 people. A massive kitchen.
Females, yeah?
The person, it was a guy that I knew. Okay. He had his own ensuite bathroom.
Excuse me.
Can you imagine?
Like a penthouse.
I think most of them had to share the bathroom anyway, but he happened to have an ensuite and nice big kitchen. And the other inmates or whatever were actually nice people. It's like, oh, hey.
No.
So I feel like prisoners are living a good life.
No, they are. Literally. Yeah. I feel like, you know, America's somewhere you don't want to do any time in there. You could do a smallest crime and they could give you could be 50 and they're giving you 95 years. You know, you're dying in there. But England is it's really bad to say, but you can do certain things. You're doing 10, 15 years, and you've got life again. Yeah. You can come. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So and then also on remand, if you're in there for 6 months, they double that up. You've done a year. Do you know what I mean? All them kind of. I'm like, why are they nice to them like that? If you've done 8 months on remand for a crime, why are they doubling it up?
Good behavior.
Yeah.
What is good behavior? What is that whole concept is actually crazy. Half the time on good behavior, you're in here for bad behavior.
You're meant to be good. Do you understand me? You're giving incentives for you to like maintain your goodness. Yeah.
It really is.
I just never want to end up in one of them places there, man. Seriously, I'm not good with like lights out, door, and I get claustrophobic as well. Little small places, I don't like it.
Yeah. But the person I know that went there, he did end up with a little PTSD. Just I think he said it was from constantly hearing the
thing, bam.
The gates, the doors and the gates shut and lock. And then with the guards, like them banging their batons on the gates, stuff like that, to wake them, like shock them out their sleep and stuff like that. So you end up with a little bit of PTSD from those stuff. But other than that, warm beds.
No, exactly. Food. Yeah.
As you're saying, I'm getting flashbacks. Like literally, I'll be when I was in what do you call it? When I got sectioned. Yeah. So basically your door is a door but also has a window.
Okay.
So every hour.
On the door, yeah. So they come and look on you.
Every hour when you're sleeping, they flash the light to make sure that you're not harming yourself or anything. So it's like it's hard to sleep as well. Because they flash it to make sure on your face. So as you're saying,
where would you have got anything from? Did you have access to like cutlery, knives, forks?
You never know. Someone could just be running into the wall or just banging their head. You never know.
For real.
Anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
And how long did you stay in there for?
I'll never forget 8 days.
Oh, that's all right. That's like a trip away to Amsterdam.
When you don't know when you're getting out, it feels like forever.
I know, yeah.
Every day, when can I go home? Oh, you can't speak, you gotta wait. I think I went there probably like a Thursday or something. So weekend, you're not getting out to earliest day is Monday. Yeah. Monday comes, you talk to someone, we don't know yet. You have to have a meeting. The only reason I believe that I got out, I was talking to everyone, socializing. When I started talking about money, like, oh, okay, yeah, you can go.
Why? Because they could see that you had plans or like you're looking to do something.
No, I was like, I have a job. How am I going to pay for this? How am I going to pay for that?
Okay.
And then I was like, okay.
And what would happen if you tried to run out of there? Would they just like restricted you or call the police or whatever? Can you really not leave if you don't want to when you're ready to leave?
It's double doored. So you got one door.
I wouldn't like that, I couldn't. Just looking at that door already and knowing that I can't go and open it to like go and get some fresh air if I want. That's gonna like be playing with my mentals.
There are definitely escapees.
There must be.
100%. I can tell you that. Just
there has to be. There's always a loophole somewhere.
Listen, if you just walk down Walworth Road, you will know that there are escape. 100%. You don't need no data.
It's true. Why is it always around them places? They're always hanging around. It's like, even when I don't know, if they've come to collect something, they hover, they just hang around there. They all look a certain way. You can just tell, like they don't want to leave the place.
Like, every time I have to go Walworth Road, I say to my daughter, because obviously I'm in the wheelchair, so she sits on my lap when we go. And I always say, I promise I will never bring you back to the ghetto. Every time we go...
Are you sure on your wheels, mate? Get in and out quick.
The last time I went, a woman turned to me and just started shouting at me, any coins? I was like...
And you had your daughter on your lap and you're in the chair?
Like, are you all right?
Like, are you okay? Like, really? For real? Like, madness.
Yeah, go down that road. And then there was another random guy. He was just shouting, effing and blinding. I was like, yeah, let's get out of here quickly.
Yeah, no, see? Those are the kind of areas I like to go to and come away from. I don't want to live in them. I don't mind going for the day, popping and seeing a friend, doing a bit of shopping. Oh, that's funny. And coming away. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I don't want to live in them areas there, seriously.
It's not far from, there's a mental health hospital there, so Wharf Road and Camberwell.
You see certain characters, right? And you can see the ones that probably they're coming from home or going back.
And then certain, depending on how stable you are in mental home, people
come
get
out
day
and go
release.
in?
Yeah, so you can come out.
That is madness.
Back, so.
Yeah, it's scary out here, man. Like I said, even there's people that they're releasing, and they're at first I thought it was just people that had done minor crimes, which is what they said, but they've actually released murderers, just people that are dangerous. And I just think it's really weird. You're putting people in danger by releasing them because you're saying that you haven't got enough space in the prisons. So why don't you build some more? Because you're literally releasing them, but as you're doing it, you're still putting people in on a daily. So it doesn't make any sense. When the COVID came, they was able to build, is it the Nightingale? That bigger hospital, which wasn't even used. Yeah. You could build a prison. You could have used that money and built, we need to build, there's how many parts here? We need some more prisons ASAP. They built that really quick, like within a matter of weeks. So it can be done, do you know what I mean? They're messing about.
Like you said, like even if they're releasing criminals, people that have less dangerous offences or just, you know, the lower ones.
That's what I thought it was, but now they're just...
for weed or something.
Right, that would make sense.
People was not going to hurt anyone.
I think this is where karma's coming for them now, when they've been arrested, when they've been putting people in who didn't deserve to go down unlawfully, or just giving people silly jail sentences to begin with, like way too long for the crime that they've done. Do you know what I mean? Not like that. My nephew was one of them, and he was released 2 weeks ago. It was minor thing that he done no still, but he was really good. I remember saying, "Oh, how come he's here?" And I said, "Oh, you must be one of that 2,600s that they flicked out." Do you get me? Yeah. Some of them thought they weren't coming out for Now Boys. So for them people, they're really excited. They're happy, innit? Because, oh my God, I'm touching road. You know what I mean? But apparently, they're on conditions. So if they do something within a short space of time, you're going right back in there. Okay. So thank God it's not just like, go on, be gone. If you do something within, they're going to recall you back. You get me? Because nothing of them they're going to reoffend, man. You know already. They're going to come outside, get excited, and yeah.
But it's go on. I was going to say, the sad thing is when you come out of prison, especially when you've done a long time, you're basically coming out to a new world.
Yep.
I remember when this was maybe like 8 years ago, I was on a bus. No, I was at a show and someone in the crowd was smoking. And I just got annoyed, like, why I hate cigarette smoke. Okay. And I'm thinking, why are you smoking? You're not supposed to smoke inside. Like, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. And then other people started getting annoyed. He didn't know that the law had changed. He came out of prison. He did not know.
Oh, shit. He might have gone right back in there again.
Do you know what I'm saying? So things like that, and that's just a little like, oh, something's changed. Imagine going to prison in the year, 2000, and then coming out now, literally, to self-checkout at H&M, huh?
My brother came out to Oyster Card. He came out to parks and roads that were dead, that had been broken down, and now there was big buildings. The bridge has been knocked down. He was like, what's this card thing? I said, oh, bro, you need a card now. It's not money. You know, you got to use the Oyster Card. You got to top it up first for £5 and then he's like, oh, bloody hell. And then he goes, where's the college? Where's that? And I said, as you can see, there's a block there. It was petrol stations had gone. It had really changed over 10 years. He felt like he was lost. It was something foreign to him.
Well, imagine that paying with your phone. Or going Tesco's and paying for Tesco bags. Do you know how mad that is? Paying for Tesco, like, imagine taking it and be like, oh, sorry, so you have to pay for that. What?
And we started at 5p of those bags, and then we went to 10 and then 15 and 20 and 25. And do you know that Sainsbury's bags now are 30p?
30p, yeah. They're strong. They're stronger. I give them that, but it's still a lot.
You've just spent how much in the shop? You can't give the bag for free? Like, really?
Wait, was it like this in your household? Would Granny collect shopping bags? Okay, same here.
And I collect them as well, but I always forget I don't collect them, but I make sure I've got some for the different stores, so I don't have to keep on buying. But more time I forget to bring them out. But
yeah, Granny would be a millionaire right now.
See? And coming out to things like ChatGPT, AI's writing your email for you, giving you advice. Like
when I first started, that was writing my podcast show. I was like, write me a podcast. I'm talking about this and give me some questions. And it was like, I'm like, this is good.
Literally,
this is good.
We're talking buses, and you can charge your phone on buses now.
But you know what? Someone told me about. So someone was telling me that not to use the charging port on the bus because they reckon it gives your phone viruses. It sucks your information. People are being. You get me? So I wasn't using it for ages. But where I work, I had to, my phone was dead, man, and the thing watching me saying charge me. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna try it. You get me? So I try. I haven't seen anything yet, but I was thinking maybe she's got a point. They're always trying to do some things dodgy. So.
But to be honest, yeah, if you have a smartphone, they got your information already.
Yeah, and the way the world is built up now, these Oyster cards and everything, they know what we're doing anyway. Yeah. Do you get me? One girl actually just bought a dungarees from Shen, and there was a tracker in it. What? Yeah, she kept on like, she was like, what's this beep beep? And she opened it. It's a little white tracker. You get it from Amazon. Huh? So one person was saying, without the device or whatever, if it's not too close, they won't be able to track you. But then I'm like, why would they put it in there? I feel like something's dodgy here.
I feel like
a whole round, and she actually she uses the knife and cuts it on thing, and then it's a tracker.
What?
But it's kind of scary.
From Shein?
Yeah.
Why?
The other person said, if the thing's not closed, you can't track it. I was still like, well, I don't feel comfortable with this. You get me? I bet it's a single lady living on her own. Do you get me? I just felt a bit
weird.
A tracker,
Cheating always have something.
I thought there's no point wasting your
on.
money on putting a tracker in there if you can't locate the person. So in my mind, I'm more thinking, well, it's probably an up-to-date one. They probably do know where you are. Because why put the track? You know what I mean? It's like, so I said, we've got to be visual. Yeah, it's madness. They're doing a madness. But yeah. And we talked right to the end of the show. I love you guys. Cheers, guys. Hey. So we're going to say thank you to Kwame and Shakira again.
Thank you.
They were so lovely and they finished off the show with me. Gave me some nice commentary, people. So, don't forget to go and look at the book at
littleicons.com.
And there was another...
Follow us.
Follow us Instagram, TikTok, Little Icons Pub, pub.com.
Wicked, nice
not
one.
.com, sorry. At Little Icons Pub.
Right, okay. And I'm going to... When I put the video up on my channel, I'm going to